Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources.
ABC News International. August 18, 1730 America, New York. Canada Justice Lawyer says Huawei CFO lawyers ignore facts. A Canadian Justice Department lawyer says the defense team for a senior Chinese executive fighting extradition to the U.S. have offered an alternative narrative that ignores the case against her.
New York Times World News. August 18, 1713 America, New York. Vaccine effectiveness against infection may wane, C.D.C studies find. Federal health officials said the new data justified a campaign of booster shots. But some scientists disagreed, saying not every American needs another dose. Coronavirus vaccinations in a church in the Bronx this month.
ABC News International. August 18, 1711 America, New York. Hurricane Grace heads toward hit on Mexico's Caribbean coast. Mexico's Caribbean coast is readying for the arrival of Hurricane Grace, evacuating some smaller hotels, opening shelters and suspending ferry service to Cozumel as the Category 1 storm churns toward the heart of the country's tourism industry. ABC News International. August 18, 1632 America, New York. Suspected extremists kill 47 in northern Burkina Faso. Authorities say suspected Islamic extremists have ambushed a convoy in northern Burkina Faso, killing at least 30 civilians along with 17 soldiers and volunteer defense fighters. ABC News International. August 18, 1628 America, New York. Suspected Islamic extremists ambush convoy in northern Burkina Faso on Wednesday, killing at least 47 people. Suspected Islamic extremists ambush convoy in northern Burkina Faso on Wednesday, killing at least 47 people.
Time, August 18, 1619 America, New York. Better to stay ahead of it. Why the White House COVID-19 strategy now involves vaccine booster shots. By now, many public health experts, and the public for that matter, have accepted that vaccinated people may need another dose of whichever COVID-19 shot they received in order to better protect against new variants of COVID-19.
RT World News. August 18, 1600 America, New York. First come, first serve. Americans warned of limited flights out of Kabul. U.S. Embassy cannot ensure safe passage to airport. Americans attempting to leave Afghanistan are getting some conflicting information from their embassy staff in Kabul. Come to the airport but not until emailed to do so. Flights are first come first served. Safety not guaranteed.
Mirror World News. August 18, 1558 America, New York. Britain has moral duty to refugees and immigrant stories show they will give back. Yasmin Alibi Brown on Britain's moral duty to the next wave of migrants after the fall of Kabul and how this country has been and will always be made and remade by migrants.
New York Times World News. August 18, 1555 America, New York. Your Thursday briefing. Afghan protests against the Taliban. A member of the Taliban tried to hit a woman in Kabul on Wednesday, who was waiting to enter the airport with her family in order to flee Afghanistan.
BBC News World. August 18, 1555 America, New York. Afghanistan. I feel lucky to leave, but we must not forget those left behind. The UK government says 306 UK nationals and 2,052 Afghans have been flown out of the country so far.
Time, August 18, 1554 America, New York. How one nonprofit is attempting to help LGBTQ refugees fleeing Afghanistan. Thousands of people have attempted to flee Afghanistan this week as Taliban forces gained control of the country, culminating in the capital city of Kabul on August.
ABC News International. August 18, 1547 America, New York. Russia calls independent election watchdog a foreign agent. Russian authorities have added a prominent independent election monitoring group to its registry of foreign agents, the latest in a relentless government crackdown on activists ahead of the September parliamentary election. Fox World News. August 18, 1541 America, New York. More Havana syndrome cases reported at U.S. Embassy in Berlin. Report. At least 2 more U.S. officials at the American Embassy in Berlin, Germany, have sought treatment in recent weeks for symptoms of the mysterious Havana syndrome, according to a report.
New York Times World News. August 18, 1538 America, New York. There's so much more to Afghanistan. Khalid Hosseini reflects on his birthplace. the author of The Kite Runner and A Thousand Splendid Suns, talks about the pain and frustration of watching the country from afar.
World CBS News, com. August 18, 1523 America, New York. Watch live. Milley and Austin hold news conference on Afghanistan. The U.S. is trying to evacuate Americans and at-risk Afghans from Kabul.
CNN.com World. August 18, 1520 America, New York. Grace will hit Mexico as a hurricane, twice. Tropical storm Grace is barreling toward Mexico Wednesday, threatening to bring with it hurricane-force winds, life-threatening rip tides and up to half a foot of rain.
ABC News International. August 18, 1519 America, New York. Tensions high. Biden invites Israel's new PM to Washington. The White House says Israel's new prime minister is coming to Washington next week, with Iran and Israel's relationship with the Palestinians on the agenda.
New York Times World News. August 18, 1517 America, New York. How the Taliban conquered Afghanistan. Starting in the spring, the Taliban negotiated wholesale surrenders and seized roadways and weapons, handing them vital propaganda victories and freedom to move quickly to the next opportunity. Crowds trying to flee the country gathering at the entrance gates to the international airport in Kabul, Afghanistan, on Wednesday.
Mirror World News. August 18, 1500 America, New York. Afghan woman, 20, in hiding says Taliban will kill her along with mom and sister. From a secret location, via the Mirror, Zara Nazari begs Boris Johnson, please, take us away before the Taliban come and kill us. I am an Afghan girl who loves her country, but I just want a safe place.
New York Times World News. August 18, 1459 America, New York. Memory of migrant crisis haunts Europe as first Afghan refugees land. With elections looming in Germany and France, European politicians are terrified of another mass movement of migrants. But experts say the comparison with 2015 is flawed. In 2015, a group of refugees rushed to board a train in central Budapest. New York Times World News. August 18, 1443 America, New York. Ashraf Ghani vows to return to Afghanistan. The former Afghan leader, who is now in the United Arab Emirates, vowed to return to a country now controlled by the Taliban. If I had stayed in Afghanistan, the people of Afghanistan would have witnessed the president hanged once more, Ashraf Ghani said.